Bada boom, with this one in the goddamn room. How you guys doing? We are here today for more seasonal talk. I am your host, Thabreakmaster, and as you see from the title, as you see from the thumbnail, we're going to talk about some great animes that happened within season 2. Having season 2 of these shows, and also the ongoing shows that went in from last season going into this season. So we're going to be talking about that, and plus other just anime topics in general. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Welcome in, Ghost Tab. I appreciate you being here. First one to drop up in here. Appreciate you. I just put the freaking stream out on my Discord. I kind of messed up and didn't get that out sooner. I was having some problems. Doggo wanted to get in the way, but that's besides the point, all right? That's besides the point. Water Magician is something you're talking about, I see. And I do plan to watch more of that. It wasn't a bad show, but it wasn't like super fantastic, but I had a feeling that maybe it might somehow pick itself back up in some ways, especially considering, the animation is good. When animation good, fights be looking even more better. Exactly, more better. Just watch the fight. Look, I'll see. I'm still trying to catch up on everything. There's still so many other shows like Necronomicon I want to look at. So when it comes to next week's seasonal talk, we're going to be talking about newer anime or other animes that I haven't talked about yet. That's going to be on the list. So there's going to be a lot going on here, all right? That's still welcome in. That shit for the fight was lit. Episode was mid. Understandable. I mean, that sounds like Water Magician for you. That is Water Magician for you. But we talking about Don da Don. Don da Don Don da Don Don da Don da Don da Don. No, that's not right. Don da Don da Don. All right, that's the one we talking about. Because this has been pretty peak. I've been enjoying season 2 of Don da Don. All right, Gigi with the evil eye. It's kind of a goddamn menace. Why is the evil eye so goddamn powerful? Because Turbo Granny can't even keep up with it. Okaruma did a pretty good job with the fight that we were seeing going against Gigi and the Evil Eye, but it ultimately didn't really matter because the guy got right back up. Because we see here, you got this whole thing with this old religious people, trying to pray to the serpent, but then once the serpent dies, they're gonna pray to something else to the mountains. It's like y'all some flaky freaking religious people. Get them out of here. I actually saw her doing the best she can at the situation that she has, but she was struggling. Everybody was struggling. The amount of struggle within this fight alone was ridiculous, all right? But I see some reoccurring faces, all right? Like the freaking boxing freaking bug-looking dude. I can't remember his freaking name, but I'm glad he came back, all right? Seko came down from the freaking top of the mountains. He also had his son, too. I was like, bro, what is all this? It was just a nice, comeback moment, seeing all of them kind of come together. There's this one image I did see. I won't say spoiled, but there's this one image I did run into to see all the suckers come together, and the cast come together in one image. They're all there. They got the Evil Eye, Okarun, Ayase-san, all of them all together. I've seen it. It looks nice. I don't know exactly the context of what's going on here, but I know that Gigi at some point is gonna get control of that Evil Eye. I don't know how he's gonna do it, because the way they actually had to seal him was quite interesting in of itself. I don't know how that would make him feel be normal, because that next episode preview, you see him actually revert back to himself, but it's why? Or maybe it's because they got out the area. Maybe that was his domain, and if you're out that domain, that's why he loses that ability to take full control. Because they talked about this before. That's why even with Seko, I was even asking that question when this fight was going on, when Seko was fighting against the Evil Eye. Does her powers actually work in this particular area? Or is that just pure skill, grit, and determination that she's actually showing on the face of herself and fighting against Evil Eye here, right? So I didn't know exactly what was going on there, but she was holding her own. She's kind of goated for a reason, okay? It was also a nice, sweet moment when it comes to the relationships, the best relationship, right? Okarun and Ayase-san, right? Because you thought Okarun was dead at this point, because the lava kind of took over. It was in the little area that he was supposed to be in. And she was about to cry, and she was she couldn't keep herself together. But when she found out that this man was okay, and it's kind of stupid because the only reason they even survived is because Okarun decided to try to save Turbo Granny in that freaking goop that got them stuck in there. That's the only reason they survived, because the goop actually protected them from the lava. But yeah, it was a nice, sweet moment after that. She's hugging them and everything. I was like, oh, beautiful, beautiful. I like this show. This show's great. All right, if you like romance and you like shonen, this is the perfect show for you. It's the perfect mix of the two. It's worth watching, man. Like I said, this is peak. This is peak. All right. Floor is lava episode, exactly. It is. It is. Well, down in mixed flashbacks. Flashbacks are always pretty good. I mean, it's just I like the what they do in general. Like there's so many good things about Dandadan and just art direction, and honestly something that's like a bit of an underrated thing that I don't think people talk about, because this matters quite a bit. And maybe this is something I need to highlight real quick. So the Dandadan section might be a little bit more talked about here, but I want to highlight the fact that Science Saru, the ones that are animating this, are doing an excellent job at adapting this. I haven't read the entirety of where they're at when it comes to the manga, but from what I can tell, from what I've seen, they adapted this like I won't say it's like one-to-one like perfection like that, but like it's how they're adapting the source material. They're sticking really close to it, and they're doing a really good job at telling the story, and just the art direction going towards that is even highlighted even further more from this, right? Because there is a thing when it comes to anime where, yeah, things get animated and all that, but if you don't have the proper way of like actually telling the story, if you don't know how to structure this correctly, because you can animate something and it can be like pop off and all that stuff, but if it's like it gets lost in the sauce and you're not adapting the source material properly, the show kind of falters in that way. And there's been other animes that kind of highlight that issue when it comes to the source material and then the adaptation. I mean, Bleach, I can throw out here right now as one of them. The original running air of Bleach, not the 1,000 Year Blood War arc, but even that, I would even argue, is not necessarily the best. But we're not going to get into that argument. But when it comes to the original Bleach, there's a lot of different like liberties that the studio decided to do, and then did some changes here and there, and that kind of messed with the direction of what the show was trying to actually tell, especially when it comes to certain story beats and everything like that. With this, Sanasaru is doing a pretty good job at making sure to maintain everything that needs to be maintained within Dandadan. I have to say that, all right? It's the same thing I would even say for, what's it called? For Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer has a really good adaptation. It's not just the animation, it's the adaptation to it. It's how they are able to kind of like extend the fights and how they bring more context to the fights than what even the manga could do for the series. Like that's how you adapt something appropriately, right? Yu Yu Hakusho, another one that has a really good anime adaptation, right? Because it was how they go about actually adapting the source material. It doesn't always have to be one for one. It's just how they go about adapting it to making sure that it actually is still flowing in the way it needs to flow, right? So, like I said, Dandadan is one of those ones, is an exception that does a really good job with that. And hope Science Saru keeps up the good work. And I look to see more from Science Saru in general, because I think they're becoming one of my favorite anime studios, honestly. I had to shout out VA's Momo VA is going in. Oh yeah, seriously. I mean, the VA voice acting in general from both the Japanese and the English, they're doing a really good job. They're doing a really good job. I mean, again, Alex again, man, freaking Gigi. I don't know how this man doing it, but the man's on fire. He stays on fire, bro. Gosh, he is the lava. That's him. Speak for years on. You right, Desto. Look, you right. All right. One of the best adaptations. That's what I'm saying. You don't watch Bleach for the story, or so. I have to just completely disagree with that. I don't know. I don't let me get into a whole Bleach argument, because there's so much to Bleach that people tend to miss that it gets a little annoying. Like there is a lot of actual nuance within Bleach, and if you haven't like read the manga from like the beginning stages, if you just like watch the anime, there's a lot of things missing from the source material. That there's a lot of changes within Order Hime. Is like the best thing I pretty much like can explain here, because Order Hime's character was more forthcoming when it comes to how her emotions are and how she sees Ichigo Kurosaki here, whereas like the anime doesn't quite do, like there's certain scenes that are cut, they don't showcase enough of the romance and the relationship, because there is more of that there than in the manga versus where it is in the anime. Is the thing here, like I said, but that's like one thing to like so many other elements when it comes to Bleach, especially when it comes to storytelling, because the storytelling there is actually pretty. It's nuanced. The problem with Bleach is that it's not in your face. So it's not something that you're going to easily pick up on. I mean, truth be told, I didn't pick up all of it. I had to watch videos and other things like that kind of people like explain certain things. That's why I do wonder in the 1,000 Year Blood War arc, how are people going to feel about Yuha Bak's inevitable demise? Simply because in the manga, it doesn't do that well. at actually explaining exactly what went on, because it kind of rushed towards the end. And I understand why. Actually, I know the context behind why now, why Tadakubo's manga ended the way it did. It wasn't because of outside interference from the publisher. It wasn't that. Kubo was suffering from like what was it? It's like a shoulder injury or something along those lines. He messed himself up basically. He was not in good health, and he had to find a way to try to figure out how to condense all of this and make it make sense so they can finally take a break, because he was not doing well health wise. And a lot of mangaka in general have that tendency of having that problem, because they work their butts to the bone on a week-to-week basis, and they forego their health to actually make sure this is still popping off. This is why I always talk about when it comes to Kagurabachi that I need that man to take some breaks here and there, because I don't want him to burn himself out, and he has the same issues that Tadakubo has, that Masashi Kishimoto has, that freaking Ichiro Oda has, like all these legends in the game, even Akira Toriyama, you know? This man right here put freaking anime on the map, right? He has issues how the Weekly Shonen Jump series like tends to be when it comes to the health of the creator. But going back to Bleach, there's a lot more going on there, is all I'm trying to say here. Like, Kubo, I just hope can actually make this make sense, especially when this is being the last part for the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, that we can actually get something going on here. But again, Dandadan is great, and it's worth watching, and you should definitely check this goddamn thing out if you haven't already. There was like something, one of my viewers on the Twitch side of things, he might come up in here in the chat, but there could be things maybe that you don't like about the show as well, right? You might not like the characters, and that is fine, because that happens in any show. Like, sometimes it might not vibe with you because of how the character is, or maybe even the setting. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't really take a lot to take you out of a series, so, I mean, that can happen. And not saying this show is perfect for everybody, but this is a pretty solid show. Pretty solid anime, all things considered, okay? And we're in the arc of Bleach, where somebody teaches Ichiro's friend, and Ichiro has to go to another world to rescue Ichiro's friend. All opponents have to transform Ichiro. Yes, I understand there's repetitive natures behind that, but there's different reasons behind those things. The first one, I can clarify this real quick. The first one, easily, that was a damsel in distress rescue situation type of thing, because she was forced behind, beyond her will, and she was gonna die, right? That's where Ichiro came in. That's the first one. Soul Society arc is what you're talking about. Aranka arc, Orihime decided to go. This wasn't something that made it to where she got kidnapped. That didn't happen. She decided to go there because she thought she could do something different, maybe fix the situation. And ultimately, she had to kind of get saved in that area. But if you notice, she was never really locked up like that. And Ukiura ended up having some type of connection with her. So there's different context behind it. Yes, you can simplify it in that way, but that's always the case here. It's always the case. Like I said, second part of the Evil Eye arc is even better than one of my favorite fights is coming up. Really? Really? Because again, this is already pretty fire already. I'm enjoying this quite a lot. So, I mean, if you're saying this stuff even better than this, I just know we're gonna be eating good when it comes to Dandadan. I enjoy Dandadan quite a lot. All right. I didn't know I was gonna get into a whole Bleach discussion, but that might be something for a later time. Whenever Bleach decides to come out, I definitely could talk about it more, because I have problems with Bleach. Don't get me wrong, Ghost Tab. There's issues with the show, even with the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. I have problems with it. It's not perfect, like, at all. So that's why I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna try to like do this whole thing, but those are not issues. There's so many other shonens that do literally the same thing, and it's like we bypass that. Welcome in, Secret Doves. Yeah, I missed Chainsaw Man React, but I love seeing some gas this season. Yeah, this season's really good. It's so. Can I say it's underrated? Can I say this is underrated? Because this season, for some reason, has a lot of really good shows. I don't know why it does. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit, just how good the animes are in this season. And I'm glad I'm doing seasonal talk to actually cover this, because I didn't realize this was going to be a bigger season. There's so many good animes out there. I'm watching like 12 plus shows right now at this point. There's too many animes I'm watching. It's crazy. It's crazy. Dandadan's really good. It is. It felt underrated a lot. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like it might be underrated. Maybe I should actually put that as the title. Like, this is the most underrated anime season so far, because people talk about how, like, because you have big hitters like JJK and Bleach and stuff like that popping up on one season. They're like, oh, that's the best season ever. Like, this doesn't have like those type of heavy hitters. But the thing is, a lot of the shows in this season are just solid. There really isn't that many bad animes through and through, all things considered. Like, there's a few jokey ones, but again, it knows what it is. It's not like it's trying to be the greatest comedy anime of all time or something, right? It knows how silly it is. That's why it's there. They're not trying to be the best, all right? But this one probably is, all right? This one probably is. Yeah, coming in, but now everyone's realizing it's insane. Yeah, I think so, right? I'm realizing it right now as we're talking. And then Water Magician. God dang, go sad. Let's move on to the next one. God dang it. All right, another banger, right? This is another top anime that people tend to talk about. I enjoy it, which is Kaiju number 8. This current season, truth be told, it took a second, I guess, for me a little bit. I don't know, because like they took a minute to get the freaking the episodes out, right? They had a bit of like I guess I would say it's not really a recap, more so like a reintroduction episode to all the characters. Part of me feels like me probably didn't necessarily need that, only because it hasn't been that long from the last season, and not to mention it hasn't been like 24 episodes. It's not like it's a long period of time, stretch of time that we haven't seen these characters. So now again, was it a fun episode? Yeah, it wasn't bad or anything like that, but I don't know. It just made me want to actually see the actual episodes of this show. So I was like, can we just get to it? Now we're finally here. And it's kind of making me annoyed because Kafka over here, I mean, I understand his problems and his points. I get it. I understand. I probably feel the same way in some ways, right? I would feel some type of way of everybody's looking at me as some type of like kaiju, basically, right? I'm a monster, but I don't want to be that. I am Kafka Himeno. All right, I am a human being, and I'm going to show you how I can also be a human being. But because he's thinking like that, it's actually holding him back by using his abilities. Man's out doing half transformations. Who you think you are? You think you freaking Raulucci? Huh? You thinking him from One Piece? Where you can do partial transformations? Like, bro, you can't do that. You don't got the ability. You don't got the sauce, bro. And so he's trying to fight, but it ain't working. And then Kaiju number 8 had to pop up out of nowhere, and he's like, "How you doing, buddy? I'd just like to see you again. Where's Kaiju number 9? You must be Kaiju number 9." And it's like, oh my, like we don't got time to be doing with this, all right? Like, Kafka, you gotta stop having this erectile dysfunction, bro, and you need to get yourself together, all right? You better get hard and get finally positive. I lost myself there. Ignore what I just said. But he needs to get it together, all right? He needs to get it together. He needs to fight. All right, I'm tired of this. Like he can't. He's trying to transform, and he just ain't working no more. All right, like, bro, everybody gonna die the way things are going. But I will say, seeing the guy in this picture right here, you know, he's squad 1 captain. Basically, he's pretty powerful. It's kind of goated. He kind of knows what he's doing just a little bit. You know, I'm impressed with his goddamn abilities, and we need to keep seeing more of the guy. His name is Gen Narumi. I like this guy. I like him a lot. And then Shinomiya is also, funny enough, Shinomiya came in and is actually trying to save Kafka right now. And Shinomiya is like, I gotta get strong. I gotta get better. I gotta get quicker. But you know, then Kaiju number 9 is like, did I say number 8? What did I just say? Kaiju number 9 is the one that was attacking Kaiju number 8. I realized I think I said the numbers wrong. But the whole point is, Kaiju number 9 is there, and he's like, have I seen you before? Have we fought? I don't know. And I guess we're gonna see how this goes. I'm hoping Shinomiya doesn't get bodied. That's all I gotta ask. Like, I don't want her to lose. I want her to win. But at the same time, for all we know, she's probably there to take the L. So then Kafka can be like, no, I can't let this happen. I gotta fight my fears. Go beyond plus ultra. Ooh-ah! And then, you know, he finally goes to his form and starts fighting. Like, you know. Also, welcome in, Quetz. I see you over there. All right. let me stop complaining. It's a good episode. It is a good episode. They're good episodes of Kaiju number 8. I am enjoying them so far, all right? Episode 7 out of 10 Kaijus. God dang, what's happening? I lost myself, all right? But I've been on City for years. Oh, good God. Impressive, all right, God. People don't even realize that Aizen actually didn't care about Orihime because he knew Ichigo would go after her. I needed him out of the picture. It was a strategy. Yeah, exactly. It's a strategy. This is Aizen, the man that has planned things from this dude's birth. Not even from his birth. He is the mastermind of the entire Bleach series, bro. Like this is an easy plan for him to do. What are you talking about? This originality of how Kaiju number 8 started, but shows. Yeah, it's decent. I can say like I don't know. I feel like it's maybe we've gotten used to it, because I do feel like sometimes that's the case. Like Food Wars being it's a weird example, I know, but hear me out. Food Wars season 1 and like season 1 to season 3, that aspect of them eating the food and then blowing out their clothes, like that's a very like bombastic and out of nowhere situation that you don't typically expect. But after you watch it a while, right, I feel like the effects of that kind of wear off, and you become numb to it in some ways. And I think maybe within Kaiju number 8, we're kind of feeling that same way, where maybe like we know, he is a kaiju and this and that and the other, and we kind of already expect. Like for me, I was already expecting this to be the case where he's gonna have to reveal himself at some point, and then everybody's gonna use him as a weapon. Like these are story beats that are like not original in that sense. Like this is what's gonna happen, so predictability is pretty much there within the show, which I think in some ways sometimes hinder it. Even what I'm talking about right now when it comes to Shinomiya, which I'm hoping is not the case. Like I really want her to actually just win the fight. Like let her actually be that strong. Like that would be different than the typical shonen route where the strong character that's trying to protect the other character kind of comes in, you're the Vegeta to the Goku, and then the Vegeta gets beat, and that's when the Goku has to transform. You know what I mean? We've seen this too many times, but I am expecting that to happen for him to actually get to his form. But again, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong because this has a tendency of happening that way, unfortunately. So I just feel like there is some sameness and some simple tropes that are like typically used within the show, and I think that's in some ways, because we've seen it so much, could be hindering, especially like veteran anime watchers. You've seen this type of like style of animation and style of storytelling happen quite a bit, so you're not really that shocked by it, right? These type of story beats are pretty normal for what you see for a lot of shows in that sense. That's why Tongen Akin, it doesn't really work that well, because it does a lot of the same shonen tropes, but does nothing different or anything better from that. And I just want to tell you right now, I've watched the latest watch the latest episode of that. It hasn't gotten any better. It hasn't gotten any better, all right? I'm glad ultimately I'm not talking about it no more. I just want to bring that up because that show is just not that good. All right. You're alright, but like your suggestion, it's pretty basic battle formula. Nothing wrong with that though. If it's done well, exactly. One Punch Man used to be one of my favorite animes. One Punch Man, easily one of the most basic animes of all time. All right, but it does its basic plot very well, and then it actually has some more nuance because of how One Punch Man, how Saitama is. He's trying to find somebody that he can actually fight with, right? Like, he wants somebody that he actually can deal with him a little bit here. He's looking for a contest, right? And life is kind of boring outside of that kind of stuff, right? Like, I do like the nuance that's actually there, what kind of story they're trying to tell, and then how the side characters, Saitama's not the one carrying the show. It's the side characters that actually carry the series to where the popularity even is in the first place. It allows you to like other characters. That's what makes it different, as opposed to Jinwoo-san, Solo Leveling. He's the only guy. He aura farms, right? Not to hate on Solo Leveling, but again, Solo Leveling does that I am the strongest, Kirito Kirigaya type of storyline, right? Like, it's just at a point in time that becomes very unfun to watch, right? Because ultimately at the end of the day, he's gonna get it. I'm not saying you don't have that same issue with One Punch Man, because obviously One Punch Man, when he finally is there, One Punch, it's over. But I do like the lead up to it, at least. That's the thing here. No, please do. Why you want me to hate on Solo Leveling? I don't particularly dislike the show. I didn't like season 1 that much, but season 2 really stepped it up because they actually added story elements to the show. There's actually something more going on than just Jinwoo-san, right? It's not just him. It's about the story mode and about the fight. It really is. Again, so season 2 at least gave us a bit more about that, because season 1 didn't do that. Season 1 is literally that. It's all about the fights animation. There really wasn't really a story like that to be talked about outside of him trying to save his mom, obviously, right? Like that's very simple. Tingaki has got any better, but last part was actually decent when Tengen Ren got shot. His rocket at the giant blood monster. I mean, it was, that's so typical. We knew he was gonna get it at some point, because it's not like that's the thing about Tongen Akin, like the abilities there is not about necessarily like a power gap. It's just something he has to learn. If he just takes a minute to actually think, like that, like the problem with his character, he don't freaking think. He be just complaining and crying. Like, man, crying. That's like at one point in time, he gets very annoying, and I just don't like his character. Right, guys. It's a middle of the road action series, no more, no less, and I think that's okay. Every action song, it doesn't have to be the groundbreaking. I'm okay with this being on the decent end, being mid. I realized I forgot to put a show on here. I'll still talk about it, but I don't have a picture for it because I just remembered. It's not in my thumbnail because I totally forgot about it. But there's an anime I need to talk about that's also part of the Core 2 Season 2 situation, and that is Sakamoto Days. Because I was watching the latest episode of Sakamoto Days. We'll get into that later, though. Once we get past all this stuff here. Last season got boring. The story was actually pretty good until the final. It really fell apart on the last saga of it. I don't know what they were thinking on that. Honestly, it could have ended the season before this, and then it would have been good. It would have been good. Even I to lose a lot of momentum into the manga is gonna make people drop the show. Wait. Okay, is it really that bad? Come on, man. Is it really that bad? God damn. I'll talk about. Did you hear Tokupi Original Sin is ending? What? No. Excuse me. What? In 6 episodes. Wait, does that explain why the ending is all what? Oh my god. Oh, that explains something. Then hold on a minute. I'll get to that in a second. We're still going to talk about all the other shows that I watched throughout this season. We just need to stick to the topic right now. But what? That's going to days improved this season. Not a lot, but it actually got better. But we'll get to that. So let's get into our favorite anime of this season. Oh yeah, it's so good. It's this right here. This right here. 10 out of 10, baby. Every episode, it touches my heart. I cry for it. I'm up there on the ground on the bed. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right. I try not to hate on shows a lot of the times, but I think I'm gonna have to let the floodgates kind of come out just a little bit because God freaking dang it, what is this? What is this? What is this? All right, and it's crazy too. Look, comment section for those that actually watch this. All right. So I just want to say, don't hate on me. Just understand where I come from. All right, understand where I come from this. I never played the visual game, whatever this thing is. It's a game basically, right? Right. I have not touched this. So I don't know, right, how the game is, but like from how the anime is, the structure is just not good. I don't like the fact that this is happening. Like Takahari is just a weird main character. Why has he got to kiss every chick that he meets, basically? Because it's a story about these four girls. You see them right here, right? You see the 4 girls there. And he pretty much dates all of them. So we get to see every route. The game has routes. And so the anime decided to do, we're going to show all the routes. And then I guess it's going to lead up to all of it, like, culminating into something. I have no idea of where we're going exactly towards the end here. Because, like, it seems like that little child that he's, like, living with, like, she's some otherworldly being, but at the same time, the latest episode makes it seem as though she don't even know what she's doing. Like, she's doing stuff, but she don't know what she's doing. And it's like, why? Then what are you? Like, I'm assuming we're going to have to deal with her in the last couple of episodes then, right? Like, she's obviously going to have to explain something. I'm assuming, right? But I have no idea. I don't know. That's the thing about the show. And it's just like, there's a lot of just nonsensical things in this anime. All right. Light novel visual novel adaptations, yeah, exactly. Visual novels adaptations, freaking like anime game adaptations, anything that has like some kind of media that decides to become an anime, bro, it doesn't go well, all right? It's just another example of that. Aoi has the best story. So I just want to throw it out there right now, all right? That's the girl with the light purple hair that you see kind of in the back, not the one that's sitting in the suitcase, because she has straight up dark purple hair, right? It's the one in the back you can see in the picture, right? She has the best story out of all the girls here, because you know why? It was more, actually, I guess I can say that. It's kind of weird to say that, but it's like the more grounded series, or grounded story, I guess. Because like the other ones are freaking just stupid. Like the girl on the goddamn briefcase, what's her name? I have the character list. I can't remember the girls' names at this goddamn point. All right, like there's so many characters, and they ain't good like that. What's her name? Her name is Komamine. Yeah, it's that chick, right? Her whole story, which is freaking stupid, because like I just, she's not dead. I just want to throw it out here. Apparently she's not dead. She's like in a comatose state, like far away. And everything, and then the mother is like, "Oh man, she feels so bad." But it's just like she is like a spirit So she brings like her spirit to this island, I guess. It's, just talking about it's just like it irks me. Just talking about it, it just irks my soul actually because it's so stupid. I thought she was dead. I thought she was a spirit. That would have made more sense than her like her body is still technically alive, so the mother could actually spend her money, right? Trying to find treatments to actually get her daughter better. But what she decides to do, because her dream is to be on a pirate ship and all that crap, and so freaking the mother bought the whole pirate ship and is on this freaking island. And again, and she's like she makes books if I'm not mistaken. She's an author, right? Like, where do you get this money from to buy a whole ship? And if you have that kind of money, why aren't you freaking helping your goddamn daughter? The relationship was weird because it kind of went really fast with Takahari and Komi because like they just kind of really like each other right off the bat and stuff. Like I was like, what is happening? They kissing. It's just like you been kissing a ghost, bro. It's like what is this, man? What is this? First, you have better resale value. That's very true. Pause though. Wait. Hey yo. Wait. It's not true. That's not true. I take that back. That's what you said. How dare you? All right. But that's her story. I'm not even getting too. It's like it's more. It gets way more convoluted than how I'm explaining it, but it's not good. All right. And then we got the one that this story killed me. I almost wanted to drop the show when I was watching this, but Samugi Wenders, all right, Samugi Mugu. She just said Mugu all the goddamn time. Every episode, there's at least 5 Muguns in the goddamn episode every goddamn time. And I was like, bro, what's wrong with her? She acts so freaking like ditzy, and I didn't realize how old she actually was. I think was she supposed to be like 17? I don't know how old she is, but man. That relationship was so freaking stupid. I don't even understand why like Takahari decided to even go with this. This whole thing was dumb. Freaking the freaking bridge thing that she wanted to build because like she wanted to eat Pringles all the time. So she's like, oh, I want to build a Pringles castle thingy contraption, and it's just like get the crap out of here. Kind of stupid. And then her story, she's a goddamn bear. She's a teddy bear to the actual like girl that kind of like actually looks like her, Samugi, and this other chick from way back when. They look like each other basically. She's been trying to find the other version of herself basically, right? That's only what she was trying to do, and she finally found the other version of herself. So she's like content and stuff like that. Because the other version, you know, they had a whole romance situation. The guy that she was with had to go somewhere, but then try to come back, and then when he tried to come back to the island, it's like, oh no, I can't find her anymore. Oh, where's she at? And he dies and stuff. It's like, man, I ain't feel nothing, bro. Like, and then she had the stupid Mugu Yoon song. Like, she started singing a song. I was like, what is this song? This song is freaking terrible. Like, I hate this character. I don't like Samugi, like, at all. I don't like Samugi. Like, she's freaking trash, bro. So I don't look, that story, terrible. It was not fun to watch. It's only fun to laugh at because it's just like it was so nonsensical. It was one of the worst stories I've ever goddamn seen. All right, god dang it, Summer Pockets are trash. But okay, outside of that, then we have Aoi. Aoi actually again has best story. It's more grounded in the sense of that she just has these freaking butterflies that she's trying to look into the memories into, right? So she needs to touch it to see the memories. Every time she does that, though, it kind of affects with her mental state, and that's why she's always so kind of like all over the place when it comes to her mind, because it's kind of affecting her mind, right? But I want to say besides the point. It becomes like a big major thing because as she kept touching these things and consuming all these memories, it kind of puts her in like a you know. I wish she wasn't in a coma necessarily, but she was knocked out, kind of similar to her sister, because her sister was kind of knocked out. But she wanted, for the reason why she was knocked out for a whole another reason though. But she was trying to get her memories back for her sister. That's what she's trying to do. That's why she's touching those goddamn butterflies. So that whole story was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. Like, it took a minute for Takahari and Aoi to actually even like get together like that, because she had a mission. She was like, I got a mission. Like, I know we got this romance happening, but you know what? I gotta do this for my sister. I'm trying to keep my sister alive. And I'm like, you know what? I respect that. God dang it. So, yeah, let's go. So that story was actually good. All right. I enjoyed that story when it comes to Summer Pockets. All right. And then now we got Shiraha. Shiraha's story just got done, and it's also stupid. It started off okay, but those last, like, the last episode really made that whole story fall apart. How the heck? This girl, so Shiraha can see like into the future. She has like future sight in a sense here, and she knows she's gonna drown. And then there's gonna be a man trying to save her. She comes to find out it's actually Takahari trying to save her, and realizes also this other like child, because the child here is kind of not important, but it's only important because it's part of the goddamn vision that she saw. And he's like, oh, she's drowning too. Why is that kid drowning? We find out the reason why that kid is drowning because the kid decided to get on a stupid boat that goes nowhere. Because she was like, I need to meet my mother. I need to find my mother. Because there's a whole explanation why that happened, but the whole point is she's about to die. All right, so they try to save her, and then that's when the whole drowning situation actually happened. But I'm jumping the gun because before all that, the only reason this is even happening, there's a freaking like shrine. It's a what's it called, like a ritual basically that they have to do, and the only way they can do this ritual together is that they have to be together. Like there has to be like. You have to be the spouse. You can't be, if you're not family, you can't be there to help in the situation. And so Takahari decides to freaking fight Shiraha. Well, not really fight, but like, yeah, he had to test himself. He had to test himself when it comes to Shiraha's grandfather, basically. And so he decides, he ends up winning. I don't know. They never explain the rules, but he ends up winning that. And then they decide to actually get married. I know. What? There's other ways you could have done this. Like this dude, the grandfather could have easily just simply be like, you know what? I'll adopt you. Boom. Now we're family. Boom. Now we can just do this. You didn't have to get married. How do we even get married? They're supposed to be they're 17 years old. But it's like, what are we doing here? It's just like, it starts falling apart towards the end there, and Shiraha's character just falls apart. I mean, I didn't care about the relationship. I don't know. I know I am all over the place with this. That Shiraha part bothered the heck out of me. That last episode was freaking stupid. Guys, don't watch the show. All right, okay. There's so many better animes out there that does romance way better than this, and they tell a more cohesive story than this. All right, I'm telling you, don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. I'm only here at this point because I've watched up to 18. It's a lot of episodes at this point. I'm almost done. I might as well finish it. That's why I'm only watching this show at this point. I'm almost done. I might as well finish it at this point. But god dang, I'm not having a great time with this. Okay, I'm sorry. This one can't hold up in the season, but it is what it is. Yeah, change your life. I never thought anybody could create a character so moronic as Samugi. I didn't think so either. Right. I'm sorry, I started ranting. I couldn't help myself, all right? I couldn't help myself. There's a Moe slot return from... Yeah, it's supposed to be... Like, is it like from the same creators that did freaking like Clannad and all that? So you would think this would actually be in that same like category of discussion, right? Like, this is gonna hit because like Clannad was that show that hit. Even though I'm not gonna lie, that show was kind of slow as dirt, but that's besides the point. But that hit though, right? When those emotions happened, when those emotional scenes went down, you were crying. So Summer Pocket's supposed to do that same thing for you. Yeah. It doesn't do that. All right. If you're crying on the show, I'm honestly shocked. Because I don't know how you're doing that. Like it's like it doesn't give you enough time to really care about like the situation for any of the characters for that matter. Like these romances are not that good structurally wise. I honestly believe the visual novel for this probably is way better than this anime. I wouldn't be surprised that the visual novel gives you so much more, obviously, because I mean it's a visual novel, it can do whatever they want. But I'm pretty sure there's so much more meat on the bone that the relationship actually holds up a lot better. Granted, I don't think if Samugi's really like this, she's still one of the worst characters I've freaking seen. So even in the visual novel, there ain't no way. There's no way you're fixing that. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll go get something once, and she 100% into. I can see the beginning and the end. Can't be changed. I don't know for that one time. Yeah, right. It's like, and besides, like, what's funny about this? She only saw that they're in the water. She didn't see like people actually die necessarily, right? There's more context that she was missing out of that memory that she was even seeing, or that vision that she was seeing. So it's like you don't truly know the ending here. That's why you didn't die. So like, what are you talking about here? Granted, at the same time, some mumbo jumbo magic stuff happened, which is why they didn't die either. Because like, I'm assuming that little chick that what's his face lives with, that Takahari lives with, right? She brought the butterflies in there to protect them or something, right? I'm assuming. Grant, I have no idea, bro. Like, I'm just making an assumption. I think that's what went on. That's why he was able to get out of that situation here. So Fox is a total recommend for somebody who hates anime. True. Very Asia, Japan only. Interesting. So I didn't know that. Even then, it's like they only known each other for like at least a month. No, not even. Was it a month? I was saying like about a month. Like it's not that long. It's not that long. Talks about the show for almost 10 minutes. Don't watch it. You don't watch it, right? Sometimes you gotta get the garbage show off your chest. I get it. I haven't done it yet. I haven't talked about this show yet. So this is why I'm giving it time, all right? You'll never see the show talked about ever again. So this is the only time you're gonna see me talk about this. Now, if you're on twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster, I will be talking about it over there, because I mean, I'm still watching it, and then me and Ghost have will kind of like, berate it, but it is what it is. No, it is not as in. Let's move on to the next anime, god dang it. This is interesting. Okay. All right. So, because, like, this show is doing so freaking much. And I also noticed that no one's talking about it. I don't know why. Because the show's actually really good. If you're not watching 2B Hero X, you probably should start watching 2B Hero X. I said this on my Twitch stream before, but, like, because people made this argument like, oh, this show has great animation, but see, no one's really watching it. And it's like, it's not just animation that makes a show great. It's how you tell your story. Like, Demon Slayer has a very basic story, but the animation's fantastic, so that's why people are going to watch it and hype it up as much as they do, because people don't like things when they're more complex. When a show has a more complex story that has a harder time understanding, you kind of fall off on it, because it's not easy to understand. Easy to understand shows plus great animation means you're going to bop. Easy. I'm just saying, like, that's the formula. When you give a show like this, because 2B Hero X, to be fair, the very ambitious anime I didn't expect this show to be this deep, but the creator here made an entire world, and he's like slowly unveiling all the connective tissues, and it's actually insane. It's impressive writing work that this guy's doing that is being so undermined in today's culture of TikTok brain rot people, right? Because they're not taking the time to really take a moment to actually see what's going on with the show, because there's just so much more going on. And even I didn't quite catch some stuff that was actually happening with the show until Anna actually talked to me about this. And there's like a connection between the Queen story and what we're seeing right now with Little Johnny. We can actually see in the background when Queen was like driving away in the desert. In the background, we see this big old monster. We get context behind what that monster actually is in this week's episode, and it's like, bro, like everything is so interconnected. It's actually insane, and it's so well written and it's so well done that there's not a lot of shows that can make a plot line with all these characters and make it make sense like this. It's a work of great writing that I'm seeing right now unfold for us. And this is why I want to talk about 2B Hero X, which is why I'm doing this season 2 section and ongoing anime to begin with, because I don't think enough people give this show praise to what it's actually doing. It's a fantastic anime. All right. It took a week to fall in love with Hari. Exactly. You're going to be having nightmares about the show for years. I think so. We got a cold sweat. It's kind of awesome. It is, though. It is. You should watch it, all right? Sounds random. Definitely fuck on my radar. You should, if you haven't watched it yet, Doves, please, I recommend this one highly. If you don't mind some more like intricate storytelling, just like because you got to pay attention a little bit to some of the stuff in the background, because it actually does matter. Like that stuff comes back, and you don't realize how connected it actually is until we get further into the show. Yeah, either love or don't care for an episode. The switching the heroes does feel like it hurts. I mean, I understand that aspect too, but at the same time, especially with this latest episode, it made me appreciate why we're doing this, the way the structure is of the show. I understand why we're doing this, and it even goes deeper than what we're even seeing when it comes to seeing like all these heroes and getting their backstory, because that's what they were doing basically. You start off with Nice, and when we get done with Nice's story and seeing how he transformed into a different hero altogether, right? We go into to other people. We go into we have gone into Ghost Blades, we gone into Lucky Scions, we gone into the Queens. We gone into Yang Shin's backstory, which is also it's very interesting. The opening, surprisingly, I didn't realize just like how in-depth it is and how much it's actually telling the story. Like if you look at the opening like more closely, it kind of tells you some things that's kind of going on here. And one of the connective things about the series, one thing's for certain, and it's clear. This one's clear. Anytime you're the top hero, you don't live a good life. You can't live a good life. You die. You die in some way, shape, or form. Anytime you're a top hero, that is the consistency that happens every single time. I don't know if it's some kind of curse that's happening with this whole situation, or it's just like some type of I don't know. We don't know exactly yet. And even when it comes to X, what we're seeing right now with this man switching animations, I'm curious to what his whole deal is, because we're starting to understand that before the hero system was a thing, when it comes to all the because when in this show, we have a hero system. The hero system is whoever like people that actually cheer for you and actually root for you. That's pretty much dependent on how strong you're gonna be, basically. So if you have one like fan, right, you're not gonna be that strong. But if you have millions of fans, then you become way stronger with the ability that you have. You have more influence that way. So that's how the system actually works. But there's a hero in the show that doesn't actually fall in line with that system. The latest episode actually does a little like drop real quick and kind of tells you that there was like before this, there's like some other thing that happened, some kind of war, some kind of fight that happened. And I think that's where this other X character even came from to begin with. The dude in the glasses, the guy we're seeing in the middle, where he came from, because he is not affected by the current hero system that we have right now. So it makes you wonder where these powers even came from, what's going on here. Like there's more to the world that meets the eye, is what the show is trying to tell us right now. It's not just simply a hero anime. It's not Tiger and Bunny. It's not My Hero Academia. Like there's a deeper rooted something going on with the show, and I'm like I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. All right, but I'll watch it. You should watch it, man. I currently love X, but the nice story just had me wanting to know more about that, and then go back to like 10 plus years before. Yeah, but we need, but at the same time, we do need the lore. Like what the show is trying to show us, like all the lore elements, and then what I think I'm liking about like how they're telling the story at this point now, you know for a fact, once all the 10 heroes are established, they're all gonna come together and something's about to happen. Like something major is gonna go down. We know this is gonna be the case here. So we're gonna see Nice, we're gonna see Ghostblade, Little Johnny, all that stuff. Like all of it's gonna come back. I look forward to seeing how this all gonna tie in together towards the end of this whole series. What was top hero, but she did not die. She just became evil. Same for the guy. Well, actually, wait. Yeah, Boa got captured, right? Like she got sent to jail. But I mean, okay, she's like the outlier though, of them not necessarily dying. But she did turn evil. It's either they die or they turn evil, or both. Or both. Like they don't typically have a happy ending. Basically, what I'm saying is like the characters that become X, when they become number 1, they don't have a happy ending. Right? Like the disco dude. What's that freaking dude? The guy with the freaking disco ball head. I can't remember his name at the moment, but he got experimented on, right? Like there's a lot of these kind of things that happen with the number 1 heroes, that they don't have a happy life. Even in this latest episode, when it comes to Little Johnny's father, because he became number 1, you saw what happened to him. Like it just keeps being a constant trend, and it makes you wonder if there's some type of like random curse with this or something, right? Yeah, the opening is definitely a spoiler. I'm asking. Okay, wait, what's something? She didn't die. She became evil. Same for the guy Boa beat, right? Did I miss something? I think the one that Boa beat actually, I think, did die. I can't remember. I think I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I think she actually did just go to jail. I don't remember her dying. Is the thing here. So she might be the outlier to this, but I mean, ultimately, it's more or less, like I said, it's them becoming evil or having something go right with these guys. Yeah. Chinese Ironheart boy. What? But ultimately, Thabreakmaster X is great. You need to watch the show. It's something that we need to talk more about. The show is doing something that we don't typically see within the anime sphere here, especially when it comes to how well it's telling its story. I am enjoying this quite a bit. All right, so Thabreakmaster X is fire, and it has great fights. That Queen fight in general, what you were just talking about right now, right? That fight was fantastic. The animation was incredible. So like y'all need to watch this. You don't need to watch this, okay? Look, come on now. Talking about watching, we also got Witch Watch on the goddamn building. Woo! All right, I like the show. It knows how to do serious and funny at the same time. That's one thing I can say about this. But I can also say this, because unfortunately, as much as I like this show, the only issue that kind of comes to play here is the fact that it's a comedy show, right? Comedy is very subjective, and especially when it comes to anime comedy, it's not always funny like that. So I can see someone watching this and having a tough time actually enjoying this. type of comedy in the show. Not to say that it doesn't do different types of comedy. There's comedies of like anime like references that they'll do, like because they've done JoJo before, right? Like there's plenty of that stuff in the show, but they also have just their own type of comedy. There's also slapstick comedy that kind of goes into this. Like there's different levels of comedy that Witch Watch does actually activate for you. So there might be different levels of comedy that you can enjoy and have a good time with. And then, like I said, what also comes into be here was like the actual action of the show is pretty good. The serious moments within the show, they do a pretty good job at actually not shying away from that and actually letting that breathe and allowing you to actually dive deeper into the more serious tone that the show can bring. Like this is a perfect example of like a Gintama type of anime, but I think it's doing it better than what Gintama did. In my honest opinion. And I think that's partially because Witch Watch doesn't take a long time for you to get into a serious plot line, unlike how Gintama does. Gintama takes a long time. Their first 12 episodes, you don't get anything serious. It's all gags. The first 12 episodes of Witch Watch, you have a whole interconnected story that goes on, and then we kind of find out what's going on with Keigo and all that. Like it's pretty cool and it's pretty good. I like it. I like it. The world is also pretty interesting in of itself. People are just very really okay when it comes to Onis, Tengus, freaking vampires. Like they don't like the school facilities don't give a crap. It's so weird, but like, I don't know. It's just it's a fun show. I like this show quite a bit. I have a good time with Witch Watch. So like if you don't mind like a lot of the comedic aspects of the show, I think you'll have a good time with this. Like it's fun. It's a fun series to watch. I'll just watch it. I just saw like the ratings on this show, and it's like a 7 out of 10 or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know. Part of me feel like it could be a bit better than that, or a little bit higher than that, honestly, because like it's a fun anime. Which watch what's hilarious with the Zigzag episode. Like I was freaking stupid as heck, bro. Guys, yeah, Queen Fire is my favorite too. It's not high comedy, but simple comedy. Part of the group changing the rules to make me. Yeah, I was so freaking. I was like. Because he's pretty much supposed to be the dude from freaking those horror movies, like wanna play a game, freaking Jigsaw and all that crap, right? He's supposed to be that guy, but it's like you couldn't even stay in character because he's like, dang, y'all made my game better. Oh, like, it's supposed to be a life or death game, and y'all making the game better. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, I was cracking up a little bit on that. I'm not gonna lie, the whole freaking making everything long. That whole section was freaking stupid too. Like, man, come on now. Pseudo council dude was like, man, you know what? You guys are kind of nice. Like, this is why I want this Oni in my team, man. Yeah, comedy is always going to be a hot and cold, depending on if the jokes are landing. And just jokes can be very hot. Yeah, exactly. I do say that Witch Watch has a pretty decent variety of comedy, though. That's what I'm trying to say about this one. That, like, maybe one joke might not work for you for the show. But that's not like its only type of comedy. Like, I've watched, what is it? Is it just called High School Boys? There's a show called, I think, just High School Boys. Everybody keeps talking about how funny that show was, right? And I've tried to watch a few episodes of that, but it's like, it had the same type of, like, comedic timing and same type of jokes that it became, like, less funny almost immediately as the show went on. Like, it just, you know what I mean? There wasn't really a lot of variety for what we were getting here. Like, with Witch Watch, I feel like there is more variety for their comedic elements that they do for the show. For Saul, thank you, yeah, Saul. This will be a better version of Sket Dance. Funny enough, I haven't watched Sket Dance, so I can't even make the comparison, unfortunately, on that one. This is from the author of Sket Dance, which is a cult favorite drama, which way back when it's been dope to see the author pop it on again. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, see, but I haven't seen Sket Dance, so I couldn't even make it a comparison if that's the case. Then it sounds like to me he actually knows what he's doing. Because I heard, Sket Dance, from what I remember, was a pretty popular anime back when it was actually released. I just never got around to watch it. Every time the Student Council shows up as a instant top tier episode. I mean, seriously, because they're so freaking, they use the stereotypes so well. And that's the only thing I like about the show. Like, there's stereotypes in the show, but they use it and utilize it for the comedic aspects for the show. And it's smart. I like it a lot, actually. All right. High School Boy is hilarious, but you need to be in the right mindset, and the jokes were mostly repetitive. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the problem I think I had with it, is just the repetitive nature of the types of jokes I was kind of getting with this. That's why I wasn't really too keen on continue watching the show like that. But I mean, people swear it is. I mean, again, my kind of comedy that I do find very funny a lot of the times is Golden Boy. I like Golden Boy quite a bit. That guy's a degenerate, but god dang it. crap's hilarious, okay? If you ever watched Golden Boy, it's only 6 episodes. I recommend it, all right? But you gotta be 18 plus to watch that show, because there's some sussy baka action going on here. You know, you got a man looking at a goddamn toilet, but that's besides the point. All right, Witchwatch is good. If you like comedy, you like action, you like some serious moments in your comedy, Witchwatch is gonna be that one. It's a fun anime, and it's worth watching, okay? And how you doing? It's an absolute all-timer. It really is. Okay, I'm glad you watched it. I'm glad you watched it, Dubs, because, like, I feel like not enough people have seen freaking the greatness of Golden Boy, and you gotta watch it in dub. You gotta watch it in dub. The dub is fantastic. Freaking, I don't know who that voice actor is. I wish he did more voice acting. That guy was so, man. Romance, and it's all adults. Yeah, that's also, yeah, exactly. And I appreciate that. We need more of that. This is why I love Wotakoi. I love Wotakoi because Wotakoi is like, they're the same age as me. Like, bro, let's go. It's peak. See, Ting, you know too. You understand greatness. Also, High School Boy is not made for binge watching. Viewer needs to take a break between episodes. I didn't really binge watch it like that, so I mean, I wasn't really the issue. I just didn't really care for the comedic elements of the show. Unfortunately, just thought I'm about to say hi. I'm hiding in the bathroom right now. Are you okay, Anna? Are you good? Go to Boy is a classic, and it made me appreciate girls. The problem is, I know the context of what you're saying. That Ghost have, sir. As a romance, I say that most romance peak. Interesting. I mean, to be fair, if they do romance right, I'm a sucker for it too. I am a sucker for it too. Are you watching Fragrant Flowers? Cause god dang it, that's freaking cute. We're not talking about that one yet, cause I haven't watched the latest one yet, but it's cute. All right, let's get to the next one. Oh, okay. The next one, technically, because I don't have a picture for it. So I'll just get this out the way. I'll get this out the way for right now. Put Pachita right here or something. You see his face. Look. Pachita, I need you to sit up. There we go. It's actually Sakamoto Days. I forgot to get a picture for Sakamoto Days. I knew there's a show that I'm missing. I just couldn't find out what it was. But Sakamoto Days is the other show I wanted to talk about here. All right. God dang it. Also, that's some nice one. It does. Where I said it last time I spent my whole money on Fragrant Flowers. Okay, true. Yeah, you did say that. Actually. I forgot. God, I mean, it's great though. All right, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just delaying deep cleaning the back. I want a small break and wanted to see your face. Oh, okay, I see. I saw your text, by the way. I'll text you after the fact. Not yet. I haven't watched the latest episode. I think I did. Actually, I think I did. But we have one more. We have Sakamoto Days. I won't lie. I don't know how, but it's actually gotten better. And that's partly in the fact that they made the animation a bit better. Like, the action is actually kind of good. This latest episode, like, I was actually impressed with what was going on here. I was happy to see a good level of action in my show. And it wasn't like just freaking these slow moments of, ooh, and then they just punch something, right? Like, there's a lot of that in season 1. It was so lazy. I don't understand why they were so lazy in season 1. See, like, you knew season 2 or the second core of this was gonna be better just based off the opening. The opening is so much better than the first core. It's insane. Like, when you see freaking Sakamoto himself pick that goddamn freaking guy's name up, you know, with the people that they're crediting in the opening, he picked that thing up and smacked somebody with it. You knew this show was gonna be a lot better because of that. Because they decided to actually put some more animation in it. We're not seeing freaking CGI joggers in its obvious CGI, right? Like, it freaking looks disgusting. With this, so far so good. Action is freaking fantastic. It's a lot better than what we saw from season 1. And I'm happy to say that maybe we could watch more Sakamoto Days. Maybe I won't hate on the show as much as I was doing. Cause at first I was saying middays, cause like Sakamoto is very mid in his first half. The second half, this could potentially be better. But I'm gonna wait and see before I put that stamp of approval on Sakamoto Days, because it is a good show. It is a good show. All right. So the Wound anime is mid. I'm not sorry for saying this. Ting. Are you watching the current season though? Are you watching the current season? All right. Go do your thing. I think this part of Sakamoto Days was the part people were hooked on. So, oh wait, really? So maybe that's the other reason. Maybe it's just better story wise. Even though story's not. I mean, I can't really say that because it's just the assassins. You know, they're trying to take out Sakamoto. Like, that's kind of what they're doing here. The most aura farm moment in the manga to a dog. He literally has the posture for Denji. Dang, look, but it's not here nor there. All right, from what we're seeing right now, all right, it's not bad. Sorry, laziness can be like a director of production issue. It could be that too. It could be that. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it is on Netflix. These are the same people that got Record of Ragnarok, and you saw how that one went. If you haven't seen Record of Ragnarok, you just look at the Atom fight. That's all you gotta do. Is just look at the Atom fight real quick. Cause that crap was freaking disgusting. Like, that fight was so freaking bad. And it makes me mad too, because like the story elements to that fight was pretty cool. It's just like the animation just was not serving it well. They need to reanimate that. Like, what were they doing? When character mess with the opening and go meta. Yeah, it's very JoJo, and also I just really like that element in general when shows do that. Like, I always appreciate that. So, like I said, this second season or second quarter, Sakamoto Days, I'll give it that. Don't watch the dub though. I still want to say this and want to clarify. Don't watch the dub. That dub is trash. Like, I don't typically say that about like English dubs like that. All right, I don't try to dog on them like that. But there's a lot wrong with the dub, unfortunately, and I don't know why they haven't fixed it at all. I know it's like a whole different department and all that stuff and everything, so like they need a better like ADR director. I don't know what it is, but like the direction of what they're trying to do when it comes to the voices and the voice acting, it's just not good. It's not hitting at all. Like, they're actually devoiding of emotions at times. You can literally, in the first episode, you can go back and forth. You can switch the audio from Japanese to English. If you go back and forth, you can tell the clear difference of acting ability just by listening to it. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, you're not putting more into the screaming. Like, I don't know. It's bothersome. I don't know why the dub is struggling as much as it is, but I can't recommend it, unfortunately. All right. Still feel like a show for 12-year-olds. Man, you out here straight up hating right now, team. God dang. I made Blue Lock season 2 hold my beer. I can't even say that, because I think was it all Blue Lock looking like that on season 2 though. I couldn't finish it because it just looked so freaking terrible. All right, don't your current season still the manga? I don't give a fuck if they had be a PG-16 to be less gory. Give me the gore. It's about assassins, bro. Wait, so are you saying it's more gory in the manga? I don't read the manga at all, so I don't know what it entails. This could be also another issue, like I was talking about when it comes to anime adaptations. Sakamoto Days just could not be adapted well, because I mean that could be what's going on as well with it. Sakamoto Days gives me Spy X Family vibes. The premise is different, but the way they tell the story feels the same. Interesting. I can kind of see what you're talking about. That's very interesting, actually. I never went to try to do that kind of comparison, but I think I see what you mean. It's like the style of it. I think I can't remember. I don't know how to word it correctly, but I know what you're talking about. Maybe that's part of the reason why I don't really like freaking Spy Family, because Spy Family. The problem with Spy Family is the fact that there's a whole lot of nothing. Like, the show has a whole lot of nothing. Like, I don't know what's going on with it, but like, it's one of those shows that you get like some story beats here and there between the romance, but then it's just like a lot of bullcrap with like Anya. Like, I don't like Anya. Anya's a terrible character. As she went on, like, she becomes just a freaking mascot of the series, and it's very annoying. I don't know why that show's so popular. I mean, I get it initially when it first started, because it felt like a lot of the episodes mattered. But like season 2 and season 3, they just really dropped the ball. Season 3, it started off really strong, but I think that also fell off a little bit too. It's just, I don't know. I'm not really caring for that series, and I know that it doesn't really get any better, because I hear that the creator of the show didn't even know it was going to get this popular, and he also doesn't really care about like the characters like that. The characters that he made himself, he doesn't care about them. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. So, hey, I can't condone this. I'm not hating on Anya. I just don't like her. Only because Dubs. Okay, so question to you. Since you, I guess you're Anya lover, or you like Anya. Let me say it like that. That sounds terrible. you like Anya as a character, right? Have you watched the show called Buddy Daddies? Have you watched a show called Buddy Daddies? Because if you have, then I think you can see where I was having my issue with the character Anya. Because in Buddy Daddies, the child in that show acts so much like a goddamn child. Buddy Daddy's is a fantastic show. It's crazy because people only compared it to Spy Family and then watch the show for some reason. They're like, oh, this is a Spy Family clone. Get this crap out of here. No, you should actually watch the show because Spy Family wished it was as good as Buddy Daddy's. The show is so freaking like condensed and it knows what it is and what it's trying to be, and the show is great. I had a great time. Both opening and ending is freaking fantastic. The soundtrack fits so well with the show. The action beats were freaking on point. And like I said, when it comes to the characters and their motivations, like you get to understand them. You start to feel these characters. Man, trying to get out the goddamn organization. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And like I said again, the child in that show in Buddy Daddies was 100% a child. Like it wasn't like a mascot. Like she's not like Anya sometimes doesn't feel like she's supposed to be the age that she's at. You know what I mean? That's a literal issue with the character. Like she's not. It's weird what's going on with her, honestly. I don't know why she's like that all the time. It's annoying to me. Whereas in like I said, Buddy Daddy, the character. I'll be honest with you, that girl annoyed the crap out of me in Buddy Daddies. But kids can be annoying. That's kind of the point. Like kids are not always gonna be just like happy-go-lucky and you're gonna like the character. No, you should get annoyed with the character because kids can be annoying. so they do a good job with that. Buddy Daddies. Oh, see, you watch Buddy Daddies too? Okay, so I'm talking about. See, y'all know good anime. So I'm talking about. Apparently, it's made for everybody. I think that's why it's so popular. It is a very safe show. It's very easy. It's very easy to watch, honestly, in that sense. I don't think it can be funny, but it needs to be on the right side. Yeah, it's not like she can't be funny. I don't. It's not like I haven't found funny moments from Anya, but there's just a lot of Anya moments that just miss for me. But Spy Family is a episodic comedy. It just feels like it's a feel good gags like It's just maybe that's not something. Again, it goes back to subjective nature that I was talking about before when it comes to comedy. The comedy for, especially on Anya's part, was just not funny to me. Like I don't know. I was never really resonating with her character in that sense. So I just wasn't really messing with the comedy aspects of it either. It has a good ending in my eyes. It has a great ending. Like Buddy Daddy's is a great ending. The way it ends, I was like, oh. I don't even want to spoil it, but it's worth watching. It's only 12 episodes. If you have time, you should watch Buddy Daddies. It's a great anime. My family, see, and it feels like a kid, more like the straight man feels kid, and more like the straight man. Oh, feels less like a kid. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Like her character doesn't feel like she's a child. That's like the main thing that I have a problem with when it comes to Anya. Anya is my biggest problem with the show. Like Lloyd isn't bad, but I just wish that there was like, I know it's episodic, but it's not like they don't have a plot. You gotta remember that. Like that's the thing about the show. It's like it's not like it doesn't have an actual plot. This reminds me of like when I was watching Detective Conan, for instance. Detective Conan has a great plot. If Detective Conan was streamlined, it could probably be one of the best, probably the definitive detective show you can watch. That's how good the secret organization in Detective Conan. When those story beats happen, they're so good. They're 10 out of 10 episodes. I'm not lying. They're worth watching. That's how good Detective Conan can be. But a lot of the times, there's a lot of goddamn filler and just other like stuff in the way of that plot that it's like it kind of detours what it even means to be a detective in the show. Like it's just too much of it not actually focusing on the plot. And that's what I mean. Like Spy Family does that same thing where there's a plot that's there. There's a impending nature of like issues that can happen, but it doesn't happen because like the plot doesn't actually move forward because there's a lot of all this extra gag and other stuff that's in there. So maybe I was expecting more from it, and maybe that's probably my fault, but I can't help but feel like there could be more to it because when the story beats do happen, like I said, in season 3, if I'm not mistaken, it was like what 7 episodes where we actually focused on Yor and her mission that she had to do. That was some gas. Was that not gas? Like, I'm not saying the show doesn't have good moments. Don't get me wrong. It has some great moments in the show. It's just that it's bogged by some mid-type comedy that's in there that kind of detours a lot of the story elements of the show, where it's like they'll have like 2-part episode type of situations in one episode sometimes, and it's like Witch Watch in a way, right? But I don't think it does it as well as Witch Watch. So, like, what are we saying here? Depending on the anime, to be honest. I mean, to be fair, in a way, yeah. I mean, but it's been going on for so goddamn long, so I mean, you're gonna kind of give it that title in of itself anyways, because like what other shows really competing with it? I mean, Attack on Titan is that show, so I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I feel like we could have a better argument to say that it is that, is the thing here. Because you could argue maybe there's some other shows that could be in the rival or be in the peaks, like be in there and kind of talk about it a little bit. Who knows? I was looking for Anya because she's so much like my little sister. If I hate her, I hate my sister. I mean, you know, look, both things don't have to be the same, all right? Like, or it's very, so sometimes she feels like she's well, but sometimes she goes Samugi mode. I mean, yeah, because like that's the problem I also have too. Yor as a character could be more, but like the writing in it tells me she's never gonna be more than that. Is the thing. It's weird what the creators doing with the character sometimes. I'm just saying for what it is, but I don't disagree with what you're saying. Yeah, I don't hate Spy Family. I just don't particularly enjoy it that much. It's one of those. It's another one of those middle of the road animes. Like, don't be wrong. I feel like maybe it sounds like I'm hating the show. I don't hate the show. I'm highlighting the problems that I have with it. But like, it's not a bad series. I do understand the appeal to it, and I understand that this is a very easy show to watch. And there are good moments within the show. Like, again, I wouldn't be watching the series as long as I have if it didn't have some good elements to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the thing here. Even though I argue, well, shoot, no, even Summer Pockets, yes. Even Summer Pockets, as much as I dislike that show, there's still some good elements to it that make me keep watching the series. Like, there is something there that's keeping me there. Outside of just me trying to finish it. But like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always something there. I'm not saying that the show's that bad. It's decent. As Random Watch it does feel better organized than Spy Family. That's what I mean. That's all I'm trying to say here. Your Crew's arc was very good and showed what the show could be. Yes, if it locked it, exactly. That's all I'm trying to say. Is like there's elements to the show that you know it could be better than this, but if it chooses not to be, is the thing here. Spy Family is a good weekend binge anime when you got other stuff going on, which is true. Because I mean, it's one of those shows where it's like, because again, there's a lot of episodes that don't really mean much. That's kind of, I think, the other issue, too. But, I mean, it's episodic. But just because something is episodic doesn't necessarily mean the plot doesn't need to move. You know what I mean? We're watching Hotel Inhumans right now. And technically speaking, that's also episodic, if you look at that show. With how it's telling a story at the moment. But it doesn't mean like those characters don't still grow from those actions. And I feel like a lot of the times with Spy Family, they're not allowing the characters to grow enough. Especially within 3 seasons of the show and a movie. Like, you'd think they'd be further along with what they're doing, but they're kind of not. And that's all I'm trying to say. Like, the story is kind of stagnant because they refuse to go further into that story. So, yeah, that's all I'm trying to say here, all right? Honestly, though, I can't hate a manga for just farming a hit, given the nature of the industry. You feel, I understand that. Look, if I had a hit series, I wouldn't say I'd be doing the same thing necessarily, because I do care about something, like I care about like what I'm doing. I wouldn't just be doing it just for the money. He is the literal problem, I guess, in a way that you expect other mangakas to do the same thing that this guy's doing, but they don't, right? Because they have integrity to what they're actually trying to create. So I understand. I don't know if I can full on respect it, because I respect creators like Demon Slayer, for instance. The Demon Slayer creator, his anime popped off so hard. He was beating numbers of One Piece at one point. How the heck, like, you know how insane that is? If he decided he could have kept going, but he chose not to. He's in the height of his peak. He said, I'm done. And it's like, I'm actually shocked that he actually ended the manga. I'm surprised they allowed him to end that manga, honestly. Because it's like, what? The money in that is insane. All right. Because that's a GOAT move and something to do. Like, I didn't expect him to do. All right. It's really enjoyable. Total recommend. I haven't watched it yet. I need to, though. It's episodic, but also still has arcs. So once in a while, like the cruise arc. Yeah, exactly. It does. That's what I'm saying. Because it has an actual plot. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Spy Family has something. You're just choosing not to like go further with it. Hopefully, anyone might not have a main story, but it does feel like the characters. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Because like right now, this latest episode, we can start talking about some of the other shows right now. By the way, too. Just real quick. I gotta get out of here soon and get the other stream going. But for Hotel Inhumans, like, do I have the picture for this? I think I do. Let me open this up, because we have some shows right here we can talk about, right? Let me see if I can find it first. Are you in here? Oh boy, I don't think it's in here actually. I think I got rid of it. Oh no, it's right here. Okay, all right. Let's talk about this real quick. Hotel Inhumans. Because like latest episode, I will agree with you by the way, Ghost Sax. I think you said this in my stream yesterday. The show, like this latest episode, wasn't as good as last week's episode, but I kind of expected that to be, because like for it to hit that hard is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect it to kind of do that, but it did. So with this week's episode, it wasn't bad. This is more development when it comes to the blonde hair chick. She actually got development in this episode because she actually starts to like liking certain type of music, a certain type of artist that was actually saved within this episode, and she actually kind of had a connection to this particular assassin. And I feel like this is like a switcheroo, basically, right? Because like the guy here, he had a connection to the last assassin that we saw, and he had 2 episodes, and that's what made him want to do this job even more, and made him not hate the job as much as he did, because he was trying to leave at one point, but he decided to stay because of how that story unfolded and how emotional that whole situation was. And he understands the importance of what they're doing, right? With her, she is always very detached by everything. So in this episode, she actually decided to open up just a bit. She even got drunk a little bit in this episode. So it kind of highlights that she even has those moments where she can actually be a bit on the vulnerable side. Like she can actually open up a little bit here too. So we're slowly but surely seeing the growth of these characters as the show goes on here, as they become more inclined and wanting to do the whole inhuman services that they're doing here. So like I said, I like what we're doing here. I just don't know what the story, like, I don't know where we're going, because it's all about assassins in the show. So I don't know what the end goal is for the show, but I'm interested to see where we're going with this, because I do like what I'm seeing. I do like what I'm seeing with this. He was written by a woman? I did not know that, actually. Nice. It was, might have happened, yeah. But Demon Slayer got famous after the manga finished. Yeah, I mean, it was still going, but it was like pretty much on its last arc, and it was about to be done. So because it did get popular like towards that time. Are you on City? I am not. The miss felt stronger, but the main assassin didn't feel like it had a lot to do. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I kind of feel like, to be honest, that girl deserved a second episode. Like, I feel like we needed a 2-parter for this, but we decided to only do 1 part, because like, unfortunately, I will have to admit, like, the story beats in this latest episode went a little fast. So like the emotional connection that we as the audience needed, I feel like wasn't quite there, because it didn't allow us to sit on it for a little bit longer here, right? Or to have more of a custom to who this character is, and her trying to get out of the whole assassin business situation, right? Because it was sad what happened to her at the end, but at the same time, it just sucks that we didn't have more time with her, right? Like, that's the thing about that. I had to say that something for 23 manga of Demon Slayer is so ugly. Sorry, man. Only a hype moment was specifically a Shinobu moment at the end. Wait, oh, you paid something for 23 manga of Demon Slayer, and so ugly. Now I don't know how the manga is. Like, when it comes to anime, when it comes to the drawing of it, I hear it's not that great. Like, it's not bad, but like the anime really steps it up. Again, adaptations matter, guys. When you adapt something and you make it look better than what the original like element like from the manga is, you're already winning. That's how you adapt something correctly. All right. Now the limit cat cross over to the end of the episode. Wait, what? I'm not even watching that. Wait, you talking about the cat? Oh, because there was a cat at the end of the episode, and in between that, no, it's like a god dang it. No, it's all good, team. It's all good. Also, the singing group wasn't that good. Okay, see, I thought it was only one. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's supposed to be like a band, it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be popular. When I was hearing the songs, like the fact all we heard was them say, "Oh," I was sitting there like, "What the heck is this trash?" I started like, even when they actually started playing the song, I was like, What? Like, the beat was so weak. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. Look, to each their own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can like what they like, but I'm not like, why are you popular? I was like, that music was not good. Oh my god. I mean, obviously, right? I mean, that's kind of like the big thing here, Ghost have. Like, I feel like what the show's trying to tell you is that don't be an assassin. Don't want to be an assassin, because an assassin doesn't have a happy life. You're gonna die at some point. Because, I mean, we've heard this type of story like many a times, right? When you kill a bunch of people, your justice deserved is gonna come around the corner at some point in time. Whether it be today, tomorrow, next week, a month from now, a year from now, you don't know, but it will happen. It will happen. And this is kind of like the trend that was kind of going on here. And I think this is going to be a trend throughout the entire series, to be honest with you, because they wouldn't have a job. The Hotel Inhuman people wouldn't have a job if they were having like a peaceful time, right? Like, you know what I mean? The thing is, get out of the organization. A lot of the times when you're a part of an organization, you can't just leave the organization. You can't do that. It's not, you know too much, so you're gonna have to die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just a common thing. I don't expect that to change, honestly. So. The lyrics was what? Yeah, it was important, but the music was mid. No, I understand that. Yeah, same, right? I understand the lyrics were important, but it's like, bro, like they did not try. All right, they say, look, it don't matter. You ain't gonna listen to the song anyway. So that's how I felt. All right, okay? Let's say this, but this Inhuman Hotel gives me Mirai Nikki vibes. I need you to explain that one. I've seen Mirai Nikki, so what do you mean? What you mean? There's no Stockholm syndrome over here, bro. What? Well, look at one page of Demon Slayer and tell me it wasn't drawn by a 10-year-old. Hey, look, I don't disrespect creators like that because they put a lot of work and effort in this. I mean, my thing is too, I will say that I don't know what the creator was going through at the time. I don't try to judge him like that. I try my best not to, anyways. Only because I know that making weekly manga in general, or just making manga in general, is a taxing thing on your body. And I don't know, there could easily be something going on with her when it comes to like the process of her making the manga that was making her art look like that. Or maybe that's just what it is. I don't know, but I can tell you one thing, Ting. No one is as bad as Togashi. All right? Like, I've seen some panels. They don't look that bad. Now, if you go and look at freaking Togashi's art, you're going to see stick figures. I'm not even joking. That sucker was drawing stick figures and publishing it in Shonen Jump. I'm legit not joking. Like, there's pages like this. I don't know how, but they did it. So I've seen worse. I've seen worse between him and then there's also the One Punch Man creator, right? Not to hate, because he's gotten better. He's gotten better, but god dang it, he's still not that good. He's trying his best though. He's a monthly manga, but like he tries his best. I'm not trying to hate on him, but I mean he doesn't have good art. He knows this. This is why he has somebody else do the art for the One Punch Man actual serial manga that you see in the Shonen Jump section and everything, right? Because he has somebody else do it because that guy's freaking goated. But like that guy can't draw either. So but it happens. Okay. See, there's a real slice of life peak. Really, it's part of the season. I need to go see what's going on with that. What's it on? What's city on? I think a bit much today. You kind of are. You on your hate train right now. Did you drink your haterade? Ting? Who knew it was gonna happen? Yeah. Show reminds me of the anime when if you dance to the death enough times, you'll get stepped on eventually. Wait, what? What is that anime? I never seen that one or heard of this. It was like you gotta save this talented girl. I was like, are you sure it's worth it? It's already how the music group accepted to move from a musical venue to a... Yeah, I know, right? I will say that too. They accept that really quickly. Like, I don't know how they were able to just do that, but at the same time, Hotel Inhumans, they know they know how to switch stuff around. They have this ability to just make things work. I don't know. Rough Line style is a reference to the type of horror gore illustration that was popular during the Taisho era when the manga is set. Oh, okay. So there's actually intentions behind why it looks like that then. Interesting. I didn't know that. Is that Sussy Young Child and it's not detailed drawing of her? Hey, look, you see, exactly. Exactly. How you doing, Grace? Welcome in. Oh, it's on Amazon. See, I am so sleeping on Amazon. I am not on there. It's like I need to go check that then. I need to go check that out. Which part of the episode was the singing of the group? Oh yeah, 100%. Like honestly, this did not win Anime of the Week easily. I can tell you right now. I don't even know which one honestly wins Anime of the Week because I haven't even picked one yet. I still don't know which one should win, honestly. Because like Hotel Inhumans was like, I mean, there's Togepi, but Togepi, I feel like the episode. I need another episode before I decide how I feel about it because like I give it like probably an 8 out of 10 for Togepi, right? But like I don't know if I want to give that like whole thing to it. I don't know. To be honest, I think what I'll do is choose this for now since we're here, right? since we're talking about season 2 stuff, let's actually put this in the rankings here. Since it was a pretty good episode, in my honest opinion, like the winner here for anime of the week, right? Let me close this. Will be To Be Hero X, because you know what? I actually enjoyed the episode quite a bit and like what they're trying to do, because I see how they're trying to set up the world. I can't lie, I am looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to seeing where this is gonna go. Like this show is actually doing a lot more than I anticipated it was gonna do. I didn't think the show was gonna be this type of like complex either. So I look forward to seeing where this show is gonna go. So To Be Hero X, I think will win anime of the week. None of the shows this week, though, I will say, like really hit that hard for me. Not to say that Togepi didn't hit hard. It's just like, yeah, Togepi was one of those ones where it's like, there's a lot going on, and then seeing Togepi be like, yeah, I gotta go kill the girl I was actually trying to protect this entire time. Wah! And I killed the girl I was supposed to protect. Wah! It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot going on, right? So I'm kind of curious, like, where this is gonna lead. So I don't want to make that the winner again, simply because I feel like that was more of a setup. Clivites wasn't bad either. I enjoyed Clivites for the most part. It was a pretty good episode, but nothing too major. Like, I feel like the show has balanced itself out, so it kind of knows what it is. So there's not really much to really talk about when it comes to that. Let me see. Where are the other ones at? I haven't watched that latest episode. So like I watched that. I haven't watched this yet either, or this. Hikaru actually. This latest episode also wasn't bad either. Confirmation, by the way, that they have LGBTQ situation going on here. So obviously, there's some yaoi elements to this. So there's some yaoi elements to this show. Someone got disowned from the family in the small village that they're living in because they were you know on the other side, you know, playing with the other team, right? So this kind of makes you think that Yoshiki might be feeling the same way, and maybe that's why he's trying to hide his emotions and everything like that. But Hikaru and him were kind of doing a little something, right? Boom, bada, boom, bang. We also find out that Hikaru's last wishes was to make sure to always be by Yoshiki's side. So that's why we see this entity always be there for him, and why there's such strong emotions there to begin with, because he doesn't even understand why he's feeling so hard, feeling so strong about this character, about being with Yoshiki in the first place. So yeah, and again, I'm not gonna lie, I have to admit this. I feel bad for the alien, whatever that thing is, right? Because like, he honestly doesn't seem that bad of a thing. I mean, I know he kills things, right? But like, there's this type of innocence to it, and I don't know. I feel like you could do something with this, and maybe there's a talking point that needs to be made more so than just trying to get rid of it, right? Because they have a guy making mirrors now and all that stuff. So I do wonder, like, how this whole thing's gonna go, and how, like, I don't, Yoshi's gonna be feeling some type of way. But yeah, so those are just some of the animes I wanted to talk about here. Some Ricardo died. How the manga? Oh, really? Oh, it's such a great. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I'm glad to hear it. No one really talked about how great it is. All right, I've been enjoying it. At first, I wasn't sure about the show, but like the last episode and this episode, I'm kind of locked in now. All right, I'm locked in. You know, phone keyboard. Why did it break? What happened? He took a hit. Had Marina. Bruh. yeah, unfortunately, all right. Unfortunately, Rex didn't know we got the same keyboard. Hey, look, exactly, see? Boom, look at that. Reverse was easily my favorite so far. See, true. But I chose Spiro X, but that was actually almost gonna win, I'll be honest with you. Because that episode, I like it. It's interesting what they're doing when it comes to the situation where he reverts back in time. Because what's crazy about this revert back in time situation, I don't know if he's just stuck at this like specific point in time, but it sucks because he didn't die, and so he came back, and it's like he has to do all the other steps all over again, basically, to talk to Shukishima, whatever her name is, god dang it, Shukishima, right? And then just the love interest and all the people, Ashinaga, like he has to talk to him again, like all those relationships are gone because he died, so he has to kind of rebuild on that situation. So this romance that was happening in this week's episode was pretty good. Like I liked it. I liked it quite a lot, actually. And her just accepting of him and accepting of the truth that he has, which is like he's a time traveler. It's nice to see that she kind of was like going along with it. So I don't know. It's just the situation that they have is interesting because they don't know him now, but he still was wearing their garb and he's trying to actually do good. And at the end of the episode, he becomes a full-on like Oni-esque type of machine thing that he actually fight in the Black Mist. So it's nice that he finally has the resolve to do so. This is like the whole episode was nice. I did enjoy it quite a bit. It was a really good episode. Sometimes your boyfriend is a cosmic monster beyond comprehension. It is what it is. I mean, look, sometimes you just gotta go with it. All right, you just gotta go with it. Them boys gay, good for them. You're stupid, goddamn. Oh my god. Well, if I say I've read and have the manga of Tokopi Original Sin, have no life and too much money to know that, hey, no, you're good. You're good. You enjoy the content that you're enjoying, right? Like, I'm glad you're supporting anime and manga in that way that you're doing, right? Because like you actually support the industry to keep going like this and to get good stories like this. So I have no problem with that. What you talking about? Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. So yeah. This will conclude seasonal talk for this week. I feel like this one was more all over the place, so I do apologize. We will be more locked in going into next week, because next week, like I said, we're gonna go back into talking about the weekly animes, and we're gonna have some other new contenders on the list, because there's a few animes I need to see. I need to watch City, right? There's this other anime I know Ghost was telling me about I need to go watch. I'm gonna check out Necronomicon and just see what's going on with it. I heard it was not that good, but goddamn, let me look at it. I'm gonna choose other shows to keep talking about it, and then we're gonna come back here, choose anime of the week, and maybe there might be some other topics to actually have on hand as well that we can talk about going into more in the season here, right? So that is the plan. That is the plan. So I hope to see you all come back here over on the YouTube channel, right? And we have more talks about seasonal talk. So if you guys can real quick, can you like the stream? Helps with the algorithm to push it out to more people, so we have people talking about anime in one spot, because this is the one stop shop place, the area code where you can talk about anime all day and you're not getting judged. No judgmental stuff here, all right? Yeah, Twitch stream tonight. Honestly, it's going to happen like less than 15 minutes from now. I'm going to go over there and actually get that stream going, all right? So we will be doing the Twitch stream. Let's see, enjoy your stream. Gotta hate Summer Pockets. Yeah, I really don't like that show, all right? Like, I feel you on that, Go Sab. I feel you. It's fun. Have fun that stream, man. Definitely something by if I got time. And I appreciate that, Does. I appreciate you coming by. I'm glad you had a good time, man. My Friday last episode of Tokopi Original Sin airs. Why? I still don't understand. Why? We're gonna talk more about that over on freaking Twitch, because y'all need to like fill me in on what's going on here. I am so confused. All right? Unless you like Summer Pockets. Yeah, sucker. But watch yourself, all right? Leave your comments. Tell me what your thoughts are when it comes to this season. What other shows you guys are watching? If you want me to cover any other anime that I haven't talked about yet, too, put it in the comment section below. I'd like to know. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, all right? All right. Okay. Drink goddamn water. Take goddamn vitamins. I will see you here shortly. Until then, people. Break out, though. I thank you. Yeah, for 10 minutes I was in at you. I'm glad you in here regardless, all right?